I hate airports. I hate them. Like I was unbearable to travel with my wife for like 10 years. We finally figured out how to work it out. But every time I went into an airport after 9/11, I thought, they're training everybody to accept the doctrines of a totalitarian state. You have to line up like sheep to do stupid things that mean nothing, that give you the illusion of security, implemented by faceless authoritarians and then acted out by powerless minions.
And then you get used to it.
Well, that's the problem, is everybody goes through airports. And so I think that you can see the, what would you say? The forefront of the authoritarian movement is in airports. And you can see that right now, because now, increasingly, as you board a plane, they want to take your photo.
I say no to that. You can refuse it.
So far, you can refuse. Yeah, right.
The real ID.
But 6 months.
How is that different than the other ID?
Yeah.
Was my other ID fake?
Yeah.
This real ID? I have a real ID? No, this is the real one. Your other one didn't count.
And that private company, Clear.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I see. So you can pay to circumvent the security as long as you accept the authoritarian presumptions, right?
Exactly. Well, you had
terrible.
You had a semi mentally retarded man named Richard Reed, an Englishman, who tried to put a bomb very sloppily in one of his shoes and was trying to put the wire. Because of that reason alone, we all have to take our shoes off.
Yeah.
Unless
Which meant
you pay
his attack
extra.
was very successful, because
Look,
and you know how much did that cost? How much has that cost us, just economically?
Well, the billions of dollars they put on and the machines. What happens is there becomes the machine that comes into place and that takes advantage of certain situations like this. The machine that gave the president these new powers in the Patriot Act, the machine that now became part of the surveillance state, that doesn't want to go away, because that machine is making money. So the machine at the security is going to keep going, because that makes money for some company, and they're going to keep coming. We're going to need this. We're going to need this other thing. We're going to need this enhanced. And then if you want to pay more.
Right, and then it's replicated everywhere at once. I know Siemens, I think it was Siemens, put in these new scanners, right? They're like cat.
Yeah, they're like medical
scanners.
scanners.
Yeah, I know. It's like you can't get a medical scan, but your luggage can. Yeah, for free, right? Which is also pretty strange, all things considered.
Be very wary when when your government says this is free.
Yeah.
So you have that, but as far as the Congress giving the powers to the president, neither party wants to get rid of it, because they know they'll eventually have those. They want that kind of unfettered rights to just put in their laws that they want. I think it was 125 the first week executive orders that Biden put in. And the Republicans don't want to get rid of it either. They don't want to get rid of the Patriot Act because they want to have the same powers. So you really have an entrenched political machine in both parties that don't want to give up these powers. So you have...
maybe the Doge guys will do something about that.
Maybe they will.
We'll see. That'll be really interesting.
But then you have like what happened with after 9/11 as well. This security apparatus to because you can do something doesn't mean you should. Because you can massively gather all Americans' communications and then try to look for certain keywords, by these supercomputers. It doesn't mean you should do it. So I hope that that will be a thing of the past. But there's just so much money in it. It's the same thing.
It's also very hard to get rid of something once it's there.
Once it's in place.
You have a constituency that's agitating for it desperately, right? Because, they're very dependent upon it once it's in place.
Well, the spy system is there, the system of surveillance, and that's an outreach of it, a very low outreach for people. The idea that, that there are these many people who want to take a plane down and crash them into a building, I would say that's very few.
Like none. It's fundamentally none, right?
Yeah, I think
and certainly not at the level of detectability, because your false positive rate is like 1 billion to 1. That's not good.
Yeah.
That's not good. Everybody's a potential hijacker. It's like, no. Like, almost no one is a potential hijacker. No matter who you single out, the probability that you're wrong is overwhelming. And the question is, how much damage do you do in that false pursuit of security? I mean, in London, many of the buildings, there's a bit of this in New York, but many of the buildings in London have the same sort of security that airports do. People just get more and more accustomed to it.
They do. And that is a sad reaction to And in some ways, I remember when these happened, I said, and a lot of people said, well, the terrorists won.
Yeah, right.
Because now
That's right,
we've got
exactly.
this. I haven't heard that in a while, but it's true. A sad thing that Andrew Doyle, our good friend, journalist and comedian, was saying that during the bombing in England, at Ariana Grande concert, that the police or security saw a man with a backpack that was suspicious, and they didn't go up to him because they were afraid it might be considered a racist.
Mm-hmm.
So you have another weird reaction. So you have an overreaction to this security state system, that is a surveillance system that's put in place, and then you have an underreaction by people who think, well, this could be racist. And that ended up being somebody that they should have checked. So we're in a weird position in Western culture now, where we're under attack from all sides at the same time.